had a dream, but I went to heaven, that's for real. Had the youngest singing, giving praise, thanks to him. I saw the party for real, had the glory in me. So what you said, ho, ho, heaven is holy. The man of old, in the crowns of gold, all chilling or feeling, riding the Lord's on throne. No one that said, boy, come up. I woke up from sleep, only to see two black bucks sitting on the wall.
Now there were two little black bucks sitting on the wall.
Members of the jury, my colleagues on the other panel, I greet you all. I therefore stand for the motion that the government policies should play or should encourage bush falling. Why do I say this? Looking at Africa and Cameroon in particular, we can't say that Cameroon can become part of the global village, just limiting itself or adopting the policy of isolationism. Cameroon is not politically, economically, and socially fit to be on itself. So, for Cameroon to be globalized and to become modern like other nations, Cameroonians should go to other countries, see how these countries are being developed, and come back to develop their own countries. Because we cannot say that Cameroon is part of the global village without Cameroonians going or interacting with people from other nations. And the government also should encourage bush falling, because this will help to put policies to encourage bush falling, because this will help Cameroonians to come or to permit the globalized flow of knowledge about unity of nations, education, science and culture. So in this aspect, many Cameroonians will be able to learn other cultures, how things are being developed in other nations. And talking of sciences, we see that today Cameroon is not good in sciences. Today we don't have, maybe talking of health, we cannot stay in Cameroon and say that we will acquire all the necessary skills that doctors need. We have to go out there to learn how to become good doctors, to learn how to learn the culture of others, and to also to portray our cultures in this country. For example, today in Cameroon, many Cameroonians have learned to adopt the westernized culture, and us also to make these people to admire our own cultures. We have to go out there to make them to admire our culture. For example, and this will now encourage people to come to Cameroon to invest, and this will help to boom the economy of Cameroon. Talking on the political aspect, I want to say that the Cameroonian government can encourage bush falling by copying the French policy of immigration choisie put in place by the French president Nicolas Sarkozy. This policy of immigration choisie is whereby the French government allow people to come into the country and give them a number of time to stay there and acquire what they need and go back to develop their own country, because the president says that he does not want people to come and develop his country, but to come and acquire skill and go and develop their country. So the Cameroonian government can adopt this in the aspect of immigration choisie, whereby people leave the country, go in this other country, acquire skills and come back and develop their own country. So I therefore stand for the motion that government policies to encourage bush falling.
I had a dream, but I went to heaven, that's for real. Had the youngest singing, giving praise, thanks to him. I saw the party for real, had the glory in me. So what you said, ho.
All protocol duly respected. I stand here against the motion that government policies should encourage bush falling. I can summarize what my colleague on the other hand said in a few words. What she was saying was all about people living here, going to bush, acquiring knowledge to come and invest back in our country. How many people have done so? Do I need to remind you that we have more than 29,000 doctors abroad who have not come back to our country to invest, as you're saying? Why should the government allow people to go back to other people's country when they will not come back to our country? Do you think a white man in his normal senses will allow you enter his country, take away his resources to come and invest in your country? Certainly not. Moreover, if we look at our geographical condition today, we will see that Cameroon in particular and Africa in general is blessed with natural resources. We have unexploited timber. We also have, the Bafut Peninsula has about 3% of the world petroleum. Such resources are left for the population of the country to explore. Why should the government allow the population of the country to leave the country without exploiting such resources? To add to that, in the case of bush falling, one risk losing your life. What about the incident of the plane crash occurred at Panga Pongo? Can the lives of those people be recovered? Why should the government encourage bushfalling when it knows that the people might lose their lives in cases of plane crashes? They might go over there and meet up with very harsh climatic conditions like winter and the rest. When people just hear of bush, they don't know what it's all about. And that is why when these so-called bush followers fall bush, they go there and when they see that the situation in bush is not what they thought, they engage themselves into prostitution, drug trafficking, armed robbery, and just to name a few. Why should the government of a country encourage a concept which will otherwise encourage its citizens to become common criminals in another man's land? If we take a typical example of a worldwide known footballer, Zinedine Zidane of Algerian origin, who naturalized in France, if the Algerian government instituted a policy that will not help him fall bush, all his exploits he is giving to France will have been in the name of Nigeria. So we see that the white man is really ruining us. So I stand here against the motion that government policies should encourage bush falling. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the first part of our debate program for today. And we shall be having the second part, which is mainly a process of crossfire. So we shall be asking the panelists to ask or raise questions that they didn't understand from the various points that have been raised so far.
I had a dream, mother went to heaven, that's for real. Had the youngest singing, giving praise, thanks to him. I saw the party for real, had the glory in me, so what you said.